Hi, I am Chelsea Burton Dunn, and I'm here with Nick Smith. We are the part of the Four Horsemen who will be at Indy PopCon this June. So we'll be there Friday, June 27th through Sunday, June 29th. And Nick, why don't you tell us a bit about you and your books?
Thank you. I'm an author originally from England, Bristol, England, and I write mystery novels and other books as well. But at Indie Popcorn, I'll be talking about, mysteries especially. Um, I've been writing all my life. I love words, so I'm excited to share some time with other authors and also readers too, just to share ideas and maybe give some tips as well.
That's what the panels are good for, giving tips, which sometimes I've found with newer authors to conventions that they have tips that they didn't realize they had. So it's kind of a good experience for both readers and the writers. So
I'm always picking up tips, no matter how many conventions, conferences I go to, there's always new things to learn or just different perspectives to
yeah,
take.
I think something about authors is that we are always ready to learn more and explore new avenues. We're just little adventurers on our own, just up here. So it's a good thing about us.
Yeah, we're always asking what if? Oh, what if this happens? What if that thing happens? So
Exactly.
other what-ifers we're looking for, right?
Exactly. Have you ever been to Indianapolis before?
I've driven through it. I was working for a TV show called Big Kenny's Crank It Up Garage. So we toured the country, interviewing different people who make custom vehicles, bikes, cars.
Hmm.
So yeah, we rode through Indiana a couple of times, so we didn't really stop there.
It'll be a good adventure for you.
When we were talking before this, you mentioned the vibe of PopCon. How would you describe that? What kind of vibe should I expect?
An unexpectedly inclusive zone. So everyone's super open and willing to try new things and do new things, and it's very relaxed, which I found very comforting the first couple times I went. Being someone who had never done conventions before, when I first came to PopCon, it was very welcoming. Um, so I guess the Midwestern welcomingness is nice, but the inclusivity and the no judgment and just willingness to learn new stuff when you're there was very nice. So I just feel like it's a nice environment for anybody to come to. So, yeah. What is your favorite type of book to read?
Wow, that's a good question. I read a lot of nonfiction because I write so much fiction. I like to kind of get away from that.
Mhm.
And I read science books. They go in one ear and they go out the other. I don't really retain all the science stuff, but astrophysics, that kind of stuff. Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Ooh,
uh,
yeah.
gets my brain turning in a different way. Even borrow a little tidbit from, a nonfiction book that you wouldn't want to from someone else's fiction. It
Exactly.
might be a fact that's fascinating and you want to share it with people. I write a lot about cats. So, I did so much research, especially for the first book, for
Yeah.
note setting. Um, just finding out how cats move, because it's a story about cats who live in a city that they built and they solve mysteries. How do they move? I tried to really understand how cats thought.
Mhm.
For example, they don't know what doors are, which is why they're always crying at the door to come in and out.
Yeah.
To write my stories as if there were no doors.
Oh,
So, yeah, I pulled some of that from watching cats, but also from nonfiction, from studies that have been done. And there's some cool stuff to share.
really neat. I had no idea. No wonder my cat is always upset.
Always something.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick your brain about cats then, because I'd love to understand my cat some more. My sweet
Yeah,
cat.
that cat dog psychology, it's a minefield for sure.
Yes. This is one of my favorite ones that I've been asking people. Which of your characters that you've written do you think is the most like you?
Wow. That's a really good question. There's a cat detective in one of these books called Tiger Strait, and he tries to do good things, but he's also a bit naughty. He visits someone who takes care of insects, but when the person isn't looking, he pops one of the bugs in his mouth and he eats it. So not that I do that at home,
Right.
but that kind of gray area where you try to be good, but you also um, you are selfish sometimes. I'm
Mhm.
totally selfish and greedy. So I connect with that character who's trying to do the right thing, but it's not always easy.
But yeah, I think we're all like that sometimes. But you would not be safe around baked goods, then I'm assuming. Like if I,
No. Mm-mm. No.
you'd be stealing a cookie for sure. Okay, good to know.
Totally. If no one's looking, sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for answering just these fun couple questions. And I hope everyone watching comes and meets us at the booth and comes to the panels when we're at Indie PopCon, and hope to see you all there. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Chelsea, and thank you, everybody.